folks, and welcome back to Around Our World in 80. So, we have a small thing that we did for a family activity.
We went to Dino-fest at the Perot.
Woo! Lots of dinosaurs. So, I think this was another one of those mixed bag kind of family outings. And I feel like that's really important to talk about because when dealing with kids or when going out with kids, it's not always going to be unicorns and roses. Come to find out, we didn't know this at the time, but she was working on 3 teeth when we went to this, so she was not feeling the greatest and she was tired. But given the circumstances, she actually did pretty darn good.
She did really well.
So the Perot Museum is almost an hour away from our house.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't usually go to the Perot unless there's something exciting happening because it's a haul.
It's a bit of a drive.
And when we got there, you pulled like magic out of a hat and found us a parking spot.
Well, we got there around opening, a little after opening,
Mm-hmm.
so the parking lot was already full.
Mm-hmm.
Member parking and everything. So they're pointing people towards different parking, which you would not have gotten a discount for. But as we were pulling past the entrance to the parking lot, I saw a family getting in their car. So I pulled in, and they're like, "Oh, it's full." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're about to leave." He's like, "Oh, okay, you can go through." So they let us in and one other car.
Yeah.
And yeah, we sat there and waited for 5 minutes as the dad put the stroller away and put the kids in the car and
All the other
all the other
parenting
stuff.
things.
And the mom just kind of sat in the front seat, and I was like, "All right, whatever." But yeah, they drove out and we parked and away we went.
It was a great parking spot too, like right in the
Wasn't
front.
bad.
When we walked up, Children's Health had a tent like right there, and they were giving away free helmets.
Bike helmets.
So that was kind of cool. And then walking up to the main entrance, they had a bunch of stuff out in the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
They had like these like shoes that looked like dino feet, and you would strap them to your shoes and then like walk around with paint on them and like make dino tracks. They had like an excavation site, which was basically just a box on rails.
Sandbox with
Yeah.
stuff glued at the bottom and kids chucking sand everywhere.
Yeah. They
We went
had
around
an
that one.
artist with like dinosaur things on display. And they had a DJ out there with like a tent and a food truck and stuff like that. So it was a fun atmosphere walking up. Everybody was really excited and pumped. And it was also crowded.
Very crowded.
That's one thing that I like about the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History versus the Perot is that it is not nearly as crowded. And because it was crowded, it was very chaotic trying to get in and out of things.
Elevators took forever.
I don't think we took an elevator one time when we were
No,
there.
because we were faster going up the stairs to the 4th floor than the
Yeah.
elevator was.
Carrying the child in the stroller. We did go up to the 4th floor where all the dinosaur stuff is. They had just some like pop-up areas. They had like a drawing, like draw a dinosaur kind of thing. Obviously the actual dino exhibit, and then the paleontologists were actually working in the dino lab. And there was a lady talking about the things they were looking at and things they were looking for, answering questions. Reagan liked to run around and just point at all the things.
Yeah, not stay in any one spot for
No.
any length of time.
One thing that was really cool, they had a couple there that had some different types of birds. They had an owl and a falcon. And so it was really cool. Reagan was not sure how she felt about the birds. So she stayed on the far side with Mom. But she did like point and look. And that was interesting. Oh, we went to the energy area. Which was like dead. It was nice. Reagan got to play with all the like touch screens, and you and her had a battle trying to get a light bulb to light up with the little spinny wheels.
That was a lot more exercise than it looked like.
And she thought it was so fun that she and you were doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
She also really liked the topography sandbox, but that was kind of a hit for everybody, so it was really crowded.
That one is in like the climate area. And yeah, it was kind of a zoo trying to like get a spot around the sandbox. But that one's really cool because they like changed the color of the light depending on how high or low the particular
They have a projector above the sandbox, and then it also has a proximity meter of some kind. And so the taller the sand mound is, the projector reads that somehow and then projects a different color like you would see on a topography map. So you can literally go in there and just mess around. You could mess around for hours just making different topographies and stuff.
They also have the stone like gems area, and we've done a blog on that before. This one was fun because Reagan was like actually like ooh and like pointing to all this stuff.
And then she took off.
And we went to the engineering area. That was pretty cool.
Also crowded.
Very crowded. She was very into the music area.
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of into blocks.
Yeah. She wanted to throw the blocks.
And she was surprisingly not into the Lego robots, like controlling them with the controller like I thought she would be.
Yeah, she didn't really understand what was going on. It was hard to tell which one was yours, and then on top of that, they were really hard to control, so it wasn't like you could push the stick and it would drive. It would just like spin randomly.
Yeah. But anyway, and then Dino specific, they actually had like a dinosaur costume that somebody was running around like you've seen on, viral Facebook things.
The Velociraptor costumes.
I was in my Jurassic Park Disney bound rule breaker, the guy from the original one, so it was kind of fun to get my picture with Velociraptor. So yeah, Dino-fest at the Perot, that was really fun. I don't know if it's an annual thing.
I'm sure it probably is.
But we had fun. Reagan got to run around in the children's area. Oh, we also lasted 5 minutes in story time.
She was the loudest, most obnoxious kid in the room.
Yes, and
by far.
We let her do the rubbing thing for about 30 seconds, and then she was over that, and she was done. To be fair, a lot of the other kids, they were also kind of bored and like spontaneously jumped up and started trying to grab the dinosaurs off the shelf.
One kid.
Well, the one kid did it, and then it kind of started a stampede. So, we decided it was probably good for us to leave. And
after the third time, she dumped all the crayons out all over the place. We
yeah.
were like, we're done picking things up.
Yeah. But she got to play in the children's area after that, and then we went home. So yeah, I don't know if it's an annual thing or if this is something they're going to do again, but I thought it was cool. I probably wouldn't do it a second time. I'd go at a less crowded time.
Or when the kids are older.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see y'all real soon. Bye!